Hello and welcome to the Geek Spot podcast with Elle and V.
Hello and welcome to the Geek Spot podcast.
Yeah, I think I've actually had a wee bit of the sun today. It wasn't even out that long either, but you know that way I just feel kind of not burnt tender, just weird. Your skin's not had sun in a long time tender.
Yeah, I was kind of like that a bit yesterday. But you know me, I don't burn really. Well, unless I really, really stay out in the sun. But the sun's down by the time I finish work at, by the time I get out, and it's about 5:30, so.
Yeah, just getting to that nice time.
It's still been roasting though, it's been great. I think we were meant to be hotter than Hawaii yesterday.
It's terrifying thought.
Yeah.
I always thought of Hawaii as quite tropical.
I know. And then it was been depressing because on the family chat, my brother's in Menorca. Menorca. Every day, sitting at my desk, getting pictures of them swimming in the ocean, jumping into pools. Oh, we're just out having lunch.
Yeah, that's torture.
Like it's 11:30 in the morning here, guys. Seriously.
Come on, give us a break. Yeah.
Not getting anywhere near that sunshine for another 6 hours.
Oh, well, have you seen that we made the news today? And that you can now see the wildfire in Scotland from space?
No, tell me more about this.
One of the NASA satellites has spotted it, and the fire's now that big.
I need to get a new news app because I've not seen that at all. So what else has been new with you this week?
Just been pottering on. It's actually been quite nice to get out in the garden in the sunshine for a little bit. Planted some petunias, so getting a nice bit of colour in the garden. Other than that,
I sound like an 80-year-old woman here, by the way.
I know. I was at my class today, and I felt like an 80-year-old woman as I was trying to do a circuit and could barely manage a minute at a station. Oh my god, this is supposed to be making me feel better. It's making me feel worse. Realize how old and useless I am.
Hey, don't say that. You're younger than me.
Oh, did I? I can't remember if I sent you that video or not about the American girl who had bought effectively a fake retro radio cassette player.
No.
Did I send you? Oh, I'll need to send you. So she bought this at a second-hand store, and she couldn't work out there was a little catch at the side with a slide compartment.
Mm-hmm.
And she couldn't work out what it was for, so she asked her mum, and her mum thought it was to put like an old iPod in.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So we're getting up the generations here because that one's mother was then laughing at them, then going, no, it's you need to buy tapes. If you go back to the thrift shop, they'll probably have some. So Lassie goes back next video. She got some cassette tapes. And she was all excited because this one was Cocktail, which she had then learned that it wasn't Tom Cruise's band, it was a movie. And she got all excited because it was from a movie. It was a good example of the music of the late 1900s.
Oh my god.
And I had to stop, and I'm like, oh my god, I feel so old.
I think Cocktail was out before we were both born, though.
I know, but a cassette tape?
Yeah, no, that's just...
Like, wait till she finds out you can wind it back with your pinky or a pencil.
Or two.
Oh my god, her mind is going to be blown. You watch Taskmaster, don't you?
Hell yeah.
Right. So when Chris Ramsey was on Taskmaster, totally the same problem of, at one point he goes 1,000% Geordie. No one can understand what he's saying, and they all start laughing, and he's like, no, that's too Geordie for me. And you literally have to concentrate, even though we're Northern, you have to concentrate to work out what the hell he's rabbiting on about.
I was actually watching Taskmaster this morning, you know, that feature on Facebook video.
Yeah.
So I was watching that today. Oh, hilarious. I love Greg. I think Greg's the best. But I love how Alex is the one that came up with the concept.
Yeah.
But does the sort of underling thing extremely well.
The skivvy role, really, really good.
Yeah, totally. He has the baldric.
Yes. Perfect baldric.
Actually, if I had to recast Blackadder, he would be my baldric.
Yeah, he could play it well, I think. And
totally.
Tim Keyes does some of the consulting for the tasks. So it's nice
does
to think, yeah, he's a task consultant. So it's when you look back on his series and you think, well, he's actually making them up for other people now. He's going to be mean for some of them, I think.
No, absolutely. I can't remember the one that I've watched. It was the best thing you can do with one breath.
The one breath.
So they were like blowing like stuff down tubes and things and making the best stuff. It was just hilarious.
Was that the one that the marble ended up landing on the xylophone?
Yes.
Yes.
That was the one. You watch that way too much.
Yeah, I like Taskmaster. And I think that was Mae Martin that did that. That's who I want to win this series.
Oh, is this series? I don't know. Yeah. I just watched it on Facebook Watch, so I didn't even know if that was a series or not.
That was this series. I can't remember. Weirdly, I can't remember any of the other ones. There was one that tried to do something similar, where they going over a
and it failed miserably.
Shed. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it was a shed roof, and it totally failed.
I can't remember who did that, but I remember there was two that were similar. One worked, one was a disaster.
Right, I suppose we better go on and discuss our subject, or we could be here all night just gabbing.
Stargate statistics. 214 episodes of Stargate SG-1. 100 episodes of Stargate Atlantis. 40 episodes of Stargate Universe. 3 movies, the original, the Ark of Truth, and the Continuum.
What do you think to the Egyptian theme, like heavy Egyptian theme in Stargate? You love it?
Love it. Love it. Probably what drew me to it to begin with. Very, very interested in the Egyptians, the pyramids, the hieroglyphics, the massive, massive engineering feats involved in creating the pyramids.
So did you like their take on why the pyramids are here, that they're landing?
I did, and there's quite a lot of people that believe in that.
It's definitely, I would say it's definitely a plausible one. We've got an idea as to how they were built, big whips and smacking people. But who's to say that they weren't there then and they were just repairing them, or they were being given guidelines by somebody else?
Absolutely. It's, as I say, it's quite an engineering feat for that many thousands of years ago.
Yeah, and it's still pretty much pristine.
I mean, absolutely, and the engravings and like written word. So it gets thousands of years ahead of its time.
Totally, and religiously aspects, you can see how other religions have picked up bits and pieces along the way.
Absolutely, but then you also have to think pyramids aren't just for the Egyptians. The Mayans have them, the Aztecs had them.
Aztecs have them as well, yeah.
I don't know, there's Mayan pyramids somewhere. Yeah, there is.
Yeah, is that not? I was going to say it's not Machu Picchu, but I'm not very good with my Southern American.
I'm just not good with geography whatsoever, so.
That as well, I'm not really good with geography.
History we love, geography, not our bag.
Not so much, yeah. Out of the gods, did you have a particular favourite bad guy, since they were pretty much always the bad guy?
I quite liked, was it Iris that took over Jackson's wife?
Isis, I think, it might have been...
Or no, Osiris, was it Osiris?
Now you're getting my brain working. It was either Isis or Osiris, one of the two. I think it may be, I want to say Isis before it was the...
I know, that's what made me kind of think, going, is that right?
Yeah, I think it was Isis. Because Osiris is the bloke.
The bloke, but he's in the woman's body, yeah.
Yeah, she was... I really quite liked Shari as Daniel's wife. Like, they really quite were a good match, I thought, considering it started off a bit kind of Game of Thronesy, Khal Drogo, this I want to be your wife type thing. they didn't speak the same language or anything, but
yeah, but that was also very cute of them.
Yeah.
Getting to know each other without words, I thought it was quite a romantic.
Yeah. It gives an idea that I suppose that love can cross all the boundaries.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So I'm so trying to Google here what God took over Daniel Jackson's wife. That's going to just annoy me if I don't get the answer. Yeah, I know it was Shari. That doesn't actually help. No, I can't find it. Oh, there's a Stargate wiki. Did you know it?
I did not know there's a Stargate wiki. No, this is good to know.
This is good to know.
Oh, right. So that's filled in a kind of detail that I didn't know either, and that's the first thing on Stargate Wiki I've seen. That Shari was the daughter of Kasuf, who was the sister of Skara. I didn't realise they were brother and auntie and uncle, brother and sister.
No,
yeah, type chappy going on there.
There we go. Every day's a skill day, as they say.
Yes.
So I think she was my favourite anyway. I think, and then was she the one that was like the queen? No, what was the one that was the queen of them and gave birth to all the?
That was Seth. That's my favourite.
That was Seth.
That was the one that they found in the sarcophagus and took back to the base, and she decided she was just going to have her way with everybody and anything in the base, and had them all going mad and using a bath as like a birthing pool and stuff. It was a mental episode.
Although I don't think there's a lot to say for Apophis. Apophis was really built up and feared a lot over the seas. And all the we've got him, we haven't got him.
Yeah, I think that was a really good storyline that went with that, rather than just here's the bad guy this week. It actually kind of put a bit of background in things and filled in gaps, and like with Teal'c and his family and things like that.
Absolutely, that gave exactly just as you said there. We found out more about Teal'c, who really was still not a background character. I don't mean that, but aloof.
Yeah, and that it was an alien, but it was.
We didn't have
a military, so you had that in common with the SG-1 characters, but then like he was an alien, and he had an alien life form living in his stomach, so that was a whole thing to explore.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The guy who created the film Alien should sue them, by the way.
Oh, it's
come. We'll get to that.
Yeah, it's just mental.
I do love that. I watch not a podcast, I wouldn't say, it's more of a sort of YouTube channel thing, and they had kids trying to work things, so they had like an old computer, and it was like, switch this thing on, and they were like, how do we connect the wireless? Like, no. There's no button on the side of the screen to turn it on. No.
You just wait for the dong.
No, but they made them plug the monitor.
Oh my! They would have no chance.
Yeah, but they didn't actually plug the actual computer in for them as well. So quite a lot of them managed to plug the screen into the computer, but didn't realise that the computer then had to be physically plugged into the socket.
Yeah.
And then
they check and make sure no one was using the telephone line before they wanted to go online.
Absolutely, but it was before that. It was they gave them a floppy disk they had to play. That was the objective. I have never laughed so much in my life.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember the big floppy disks before.
Yeah, the big 13.5-inch, was it? It looks like a
black with a circle hole in the middle.
Yeah, weird shiny stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. But to be fair, that shit got us to the moon.
Yeah.
And we have more technology in our mobile phones now than they actually went to the moon with, which is quite terrifying.
That is a really scary, scary thought.
I mean, people probably wrote to Blue Peter, when it was like always, what do you think the future will look like? Some kid probably wrote in, I'll be watching telly from my pocket. Nobody would have believed that.
No.
I mean, Snake was the furthest we got.
Oh, yeah, and Snake was dynamite.
I think you can get a retro version of that.
That was hours of fun.
In fact, there's a retro version of that on my telly under the games sections that come with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a wee go of it the other night. Still got it.
I'd get ratty probably now.
Still got it. But using the remote control as a controller is a whole different issue.
Yeah, I tried Angry Birds when they first put that on my little TV box, and yeah, it's interesting trying to do anything with it as a game. You know what, I did have a thought there. You know how all these kids these days, it's like fidget spinners and clicky boxy things and all that? That's what I used to sit and fidget with, was a floppy disk.
There you go.
The little silver bit, sliding it back and forward and clicking the little bit at the back that would lock it and unlock it. Yeah. So things haven't changed that much. Wayne still want to sit and click things stupidly.
However, that is my pet hate now. See if you sit next to me in the office, you better not be a pen clicker.
Oh no, I can't take.
Or a toe tapper. Pen clickers and toe tappers.
Oh no, yeah, that's if there's one way to grind my gears, push my buttons, and make me want to murder you, it is random noises like that.
Yeah, no.
Like leaving taps dripping.
Oh yeah. I mean, who can even afford to do that these days?
Oh, I know. Or like you say, like pen tapping or toe tapping, or yeah, never a good way.
I had somebody sitting beside me, deleting their emails. Clicking one key at a time, over and over and over. I was like, oh my god, select all please and hit delete
select all and just click. Yes.
You must have deleted 500 emails before I lost it at you, to be fair. I put up with it. I gave you the death stare about 5 times, then I lost it. That was my lovely keyboard on my laptop, which name and brand you do not like, but
yeah, it's like opposite ends of the spectrum. Yeah. Technology wise, yeah.
Absolutely. Have you watched Universe?
I haven't watched Universe, no.
Oh my god, that was good.
I know, I really like Robert Carlyle, but I just didn't. I was more of a Battlestar Galactica girl then.
Yeah, I don't think I've actually watched that.
Oh, this is probably going to be a really out there opinion, but it's my favourite sci-fi.
What the?
Yeah, I could probably play the parts. I've watched it that many times.
No, that's like me. I think I could be the cat.
Yeah.
Ow! I could totally do that. Totally.
Yeah, just going around corners with your mirror. How am I looking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I look good. My shadow looks good.
Yeah.
Totally.
I'm gonna eat you, little fishy.
My tooth.
I think I lost my tooth.
Off-world activation.
Yes, so Stargate.
Anyway, so Stargate, yes.
Yeah.
Favourite character?
Overall or out of SG1?
SG1, not with fancying.
Right.
For me, it's Sam.
SG1. See, I'm torn between Daniel and Teal'c. Just because.
Oh, wow, see, I'm totally Sam.
I like
without the fancying thing.
If
the fancying thing was on board, then yeah. Daniel, 100%.
100% for Daniel, yeah. Sam, I'll prefer her when she starts to do the crossover with Atlantis.
Oh, she's so powerful.
I think that's when I kind of get how powerful she is. I don't really like her in the first until I get used to her. And then, yeah, when she started doing the crossovers, I thought she really grew on me.
Yeah, and the movie. Daniel.
Yeah, Daniel or I can't. Skara. Is it Skara?
Yeah, Skara.
Skara's quite hot as well.
Yeah, and he comes back in
SG1 and he gets the whole Gould treatment. Oh, yeah.
Ooh, is that the official time frame for Gould?
That's what happens in my head when the eyes glow. I don't know why it happens.
Eyes glow. Ooh.
Yeah.
Those Doctor Who-ish.
It's some sort of like Twilight Zone thing that happens. Yeah.
No, so I do like him. He's very good, but by the way, he was a child.
Yeah. But was like
not a child now, obviously.
Yeah. I suppose, like, by the time I'd seen the movie, I was a child at that time.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Yeah.
Well, me too, I suppose. I'm only, 2.5 years older than you, so it's loud. No, I did think he was cute.
Would you prefer Daniel Jackson portrayal-wise? Do you prefer the movie or the series?
I think I prefer the series. I loved the movie. Thought it was great. If he'd come on to the main cast and done SG1, I think that would have added a lot of merit to it, but I think the guy that played Daniel Jackson did such a good job. And he was so bloody cute.
Michael Shanks plays him in the series and James Spader in the movie. So Michael Shanks went to his audition and basically did a James Spader impression.
Yeah.
If you watch back, it wasn't until I started looking at old clips and things, I was like, that's actually spot on. The first kind of 3 or 4 series of SG1, he's still doing the James Spader impression. And then all of a sudden, he's got a haircut and Daniel starts to kind of come out of his shell a little bit, and that's Michael Shanks taking on his Daniel role. It's still like a cult classic, the movie. Even if you had no interest in Stargate, the TV series, you've probably seen the movie.
How could you not? It's a fundamental thing that humans need to have, that we're not alone. Right, let's get to Jason Momoa.
Jason Momoa, I like that. Let's just skip over everything else and get to Jason Momoa.
Oh my god. That Aquaman. Oh,
Khal Drogo. Oh no.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't kick him out of bed for farting, would you?
What I thought.
He can fart next to me anytime he likes.
So he came into Atlantis in series 2 as a replacement for, was he a sergeant or something like that had been taken over?
Yeah, I think so.
I want to say he bitten by something and started like changing into something like a wraith, maybe.
I think it might be a wraith. I think you're right.
Yeah. So then we ended up with Jason Momoa, which is obviously a better casting because we can't really remember the guy that disappeared.
How sexy is that man? Sorry, Leah.
Even Leah agrees in the background.
Yeah. I mean, he is so sexy. But I hear you might have a small crush on the Doctor.
Yes, Dr. Carson Beckett.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, I blame the Scottish accent, and I don't normally like a Scottish accent.
What, Carson and Rodney?
Oh, what a pair!
Oh, they were perfect.
What a pair! The one where they ended up having to kiss each other because someone else's brain was in his body was wonderful.
No, it's like Laurel and Hardy. You know, they were amazing. Yeah.
He sits down in the chair and stuff starts happening, and he's like, "No, I want out."
No, I absolutely love them.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah, you need some sort of comedy kind of duo.
Absolutely. Yeah. So, big question: Rodney or Sam?
Oh. See, I think Rodney would probably win there for me just for the comedy factor. He's sometimes so up his own backside.
Oh, he's so up his own backside.
It's funny. And when he starts to lose it, when he's trapped in the pod and he's hallucinating about Sam, it's just wonderful.
No, I think Sam would probably save the Earth first.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Rodney would still be fighting with his wee counterpart about who's doing what and why they've to do it that way. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think Sam for me. If the world was in, peril, probably Sam. It wasn't that bad. I'd give Rodney a wee shot at it.
See, I've only got so far in CSI as well.
CSI is like your thing.
I know, but that's why I end up picking holes in it and aggravating myself.
Grissom left, so he could be with. I can't even remember her name.
Grissom was my favourite.
Yeah, everyone's favourite. Grissom left, so he could be with
the Bugman.
Yeah, the bug man. Grissom left so he could be with. Oh, I didn't know what she was called.
The red-headed?
No.
No.
Brown hair.
Who you mean? Yeah, no, I had to stop watching it because I've just like using black fingerprint powder on a black leather book. Really? What are you hoping to see? Blackness?
Thanks for listening to the Geek Spot podcast with L and V.
Email us any questions in advance to gspotpodcast23@gmail.com. That's gspotpodcast23@gmail.com. Please also follow us at gspotpodcast23 on Twitter and subscribe to our new episodes on Spotify.